Welcome to Wyke Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. So, last weekend, the conclusion to the Jurassic World trilogy was released to negative reviews from critics and mostly positive reviews from audiences, as well as a $339 million opening weekend box office. Now, I went to go check it out because I'm a fan of these films, and the cinema screen was nearly sold out. Dominion was very much Jurassic World Dominion was very much a story to show off both the Jurassic Park and Worlds casts together in one place and give us plenty of references to events from the original films. On a whole, I enjoyed the movie because it does try to tackle serious world issues like genetic modification and animal rights, but unfortunately this has made the film appear to be trying too hard to reach a conclusion for the sixth film saga. The parts of the film that I enjoyed the most was the directing and the camera movements of the opening sequence of the fish tanker being swept under, as well as the exotic locations like Malta and secluded mountains in Italy, to give the film the feel that it's trying to inject new energy into the franchise. I give this film 4 out of 5 stars. This week, the most anticipated Batman movie in a decade was released on DVD and Blu-ray. The Batman was a box office success and received a lot of praise from critics and audiences alike. I never saw the Batman in cinemas, but I was eagerly anticipating the Blu-ray release. I always had my doubts about the film, but most of those doubts were alleviated by the fact that the dark and gritty nature of the film fits perfectly within the world of the Batman, with excellent cinematography and directing on full display in the film. Whilst all eyes were on seeing how Robert Pattinson handled putting on the Batsuit, the performances of Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon and Paul Dano as the villain, the Riddler, outshone Pattinson's performance. The film in places does feel too long, but the camera work, the attention to detail of the camera work compensates for it. I give this film 4 out of 5 stars. Last week, the final trailer for the horror movie Nope was released. Starring Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and Stephen Yeun, this film is the third film from comedian turned industry favourite horror director Jordan Peele after the critical success of his previous 2 movies, Get Out and Us. The film revolves around 2 siblings who recruit tech experts to capture video footage of an unidentified flying object after random falling objects from the sky result in the death of their father, played by character actor Keith David. Nope comes to cinemas this July courtesy of Universal Pictures. This weekend's big cinema release is Disney Pixar's Lightyear, starring Captain America's Chris Evans and directed by one of the creative minds behind Finding Dory. Lightyear tells the tale of the hero who inspired the toy in Toy Story as he tries to find a way home through time and space. Be sure to check it out if you're a Pixar fan, a Toy Story fan, or just looking for a film for the kids. Early critics' reviews are calling it another emotional Pixar masterpiece. Be sure to check it out in your local cinema. This weekend's big streaming release is Netflix's Spiderhead, starring Miles Teller and Chris Hemsworth, who has a very shockingly obvious American accent. And from the director of Top Gun Maverick, Spiderhead revolves around a near-future society with a facility that allows convicts to reduce their sentences by volunteering for experiments using emotion-altering drugs. Early reactions to the film praise Chris Hemsworth and director Joseph Kosinski. Be sure to check it out on Netflix this weekend. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I will review the Disney Plus release of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and more. Now back to Gary in the studio.